What's good, everybody? Welcome to the brand review. That's 2 minutes of your life you will not get back, so I do apologize.
Hello, London.
It's amazing to be here. We are hyper-focused, as the video says. We run a design studio in Hamburg, and as a sideline, we run a YouTube channel called The Brand Review. And basically what we do on this channel is we look at the latest brands and we look at the history of the brand, so kind of give it some context of where it came from. We also take a deep dive into the design studio behind the actual brand. We break it down, and sometimes we actually break down ourselves on the channel as well, which can be interesting. And we look at the applications as well of that brand. And then at the end, we give it a score, of course, in our humble opinion. And we think it's just really important to do this and to have these kind of conversations. We don't believe in gatekeeping anything, especially for our industry. And we just love to kind of share and talk about these things. We're doing it all day at the studio anyway. So we turn the camera on ourselves and open it up to you guys.
Yeah, and today we brought also like a very cool, hot brand and topic with us.
It's actually something I know nothing about as well.
You know nothing about it.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
But there's a big hype, and maybe some of you can relate to this, or you know someone. But in our studio, it's definitely the case that we're talking about like
running,
carb loading, and spend more time in our Strava accounts than on Instagram nowadays. Yeah, it's a big topic in our studio, and that's why we're talking running today. Because yeah, there definitely happened a lot of things the last couple of years. For example, there are a lot of new kids on the block, like new brands coming up, like On Running, Satisfy, Hooker, of course, and they are all like not just running, not just all about running and performance. They're also about like culture and like lifestyle. You know, they do fashion collaborations and they do cool events, all this kind of shit. And also run clubs appeared. So it's a big cultural thing, like a social thing, social running, going to have a cappuccino at the end or meeting at a bagel club and then run together.
I've also heard that it's the place people go to meet their spouses, their future boyfriends and girlfriends, right?
And it's
the
a
place,
dating
right?
platform as well.
Yeah?
Probably. But the front runner has fallen behind. So Nike, I mean, that's where they're coming from. When Phil Knight founded Nike back in the days, I mean, he started importing running shoes from Japan to America, and then the first shoes Nike created were running shoes. But the last couple of years, they were just focusing more on their online marketing, performance marketing. They also cut like the ties with all the retailers, and yeah, obviously also like lost a lot of money. So they realized, we have to do something about it. So let's get back on track. So they really needed to reestablish the brand as a leading running brand. Yeah, they needed impacting campaigns, retail products, global events, and they wanted to position their brand also more like a platform, because as I said, like it's a whole cultural movement happening at the moment. And
when you do that, who do you ask? Who is the studio that you go to?
Yeah, there's the next slide. This one.
Yeah,
of course. Like one of the
hottest studios at the moment.
Yeah, run by Leo Porto and Philippe Rocha in New York. I mean, it's not a massive big studio. It's still small, boutique-y, but super cool, super hot. They're really doing like the hottest shit at the moment. I think they're also shortlisted, right, for D&AD this year.
Yeah.
And so they got the task to tackle this challenge. And this is what we're talking about today. It's the Nike Run rebranding, brand identity.
That's also something that we're going to say over and over again, right? Is it Nike or is it Nike? What would you guys say? Nike or Nike? Nike. All right, okay.
Sounds like 50-50 to me.
We'll be all over the place with it, right?
All right, so here we see the logo animation, and as we can see, already that's a bold move to, don't say Nike. So replace the word mark with the run typeface, and I mean, I imagine that is also a big political thing to do something like this. I mean, there were some other instances or cases where they did something like that. So there was a Londoner campaign, I think was done by Wine and Kennedy, which was pulled because there was some trademark things. So I think it was done, and even the first videos, but then never released. And also the Bike Air, the shoe, that's the collaboration with Nigel
Sylvester.
Yeah,
the
Kennedy.
BMXer.
Nigel Kennedy is a musician, right? Yeah.
That's for a different video, man. A different talk. Yeah, but I really like this as well, like the fact that they were doing it. And I think this, especially with the bike, they were testing the ground a little bit as well. And it's a little bit more kind of subcultural. And to see how people responded, and the response was really, really positive. So obviously it works.
Yeah, and it's also like looking at it, it sits really, really nice. You know, it just works. It wants to make you run, basically, this logo. And yeah, everyone knows this is Nike. All right, so this is the logo. In terms of colors, they went all in on the heritage, on the voltage orange, they call it. So that's the original color. Also Phil Knight used it when he founded the company, and they like produced their first shoe boxes. And as the typeface, we have the Helvetica now. And yeah, the idea behind this choice is, of course, it's a super timeless font, but also it works really well and feels very comfortable when you use it like very bold and big, but also when you use it as a technical detail. So I think they want to create this contrast between macro and micro, and thought like, yeah, Helvetica is a great choice.
Yeah, I mean, this is like one of the first showcases of the brand system, and I think one thing that Porto Rocha does really well is create really simple design systems, and this is a great example of something that's so simple but really scalable. So you're able to have consistency across all different touch points with the smallest of details done in the most elegant way.
Yeah, and also photography and video production. I mean, that's also like the little, not little, but the extra that helps to enhance the whole brand and makes it very diverse, because you actually have a very limited toolbox, right? When you look at this, there's no graphical elements. It's typeface, like one or two colors, but then like really, really great photography and videography and motion as well, which we will see later. And also tone of voice plays a huge role. So you have all these little punchy, motivating headlines they're using. Yeah, and here just a lot more examples, campaigns. Yeah, as I said, simple, basic toolkit, but execution is amazing. And this stuff is just...
I mean, for any brand designer, right, or any designer out there, to see your work on the side of a on a billboard, or on the side of a building like this is absolutely incredible. And again, it's testament to beautiful simplicity. I mean, this almost looks like a still life, that you can take like a corner of a city and frame it in such a manner, and it just looks epic. It looks like it should be there. I think it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, again, a lot of events they created around this whole brand, like little running events, but also bigger events. We picked a specific one, which we go a little bit deeper in a little bit. Here are some card elements, some digital stuff. They're also like, this is the secondary color. It's the voltage green, which is more from like the later stuff they did for running. So it's like, again, heritage and the future like brought together, the orange and the bright yellow. It's basically like the two brightest colors you can choose. Right? Text marker colors. Shopping interiors, brand experience, like the physical one. I mean, Nike was always really, really good with this stuff. All right, so let's have a look at this one. So there's also the Nike After Dark Tour, which is kind of a little sub-event, sub-brand.
A bit more of an initiative, really.
Yeah, initiative, and it's about organizing like very big social runs in 6 global cities, night runs, and it's actually about celebrating female runners and the communities behind them, and also the idea is to really bring out this topic that women feel very uncomfortable when they go out running in the evening. So yeah, that's what the whole idea is about this event. And here also, like, they brought some of the hottest studios.
Again, I mean, Mouthwash Studio is one of the most interesting and hyped digital studios at the moment as well. So I think the studios that they've worked with on this were like top tier, and you can see that the outcome really speaks for itself.
Yeah, and they created this really beautiful digital experience. As you can see, the color, the red is slightly darker. Again, it fits to this whole, you know, the sun is going down, getting down. After dark tour topic. I think they even limited, like, the photography style itself, like, is even a bit more on point in this one, and it feels even graphical. But yeah, you can see that with this limited toolbox you can create like a lot of different things, and I think that's quite interesting about this case as well.
I also think what's really cool about this as well is that actually there's no video really, like everybody's static. And we talked about in the previous version that people are running, so you get the emphasis of run through video. But here it's much more about the motion design, and that kind of giving you that energy and that feeling of movement.
Yeah. So here, a couple of more examples from the campaign. Yeah, super sick. All right. So that's, we looked at what's available out there, and then usually in our channel, then we come up with our own opinion. But today, we also like to involve the audience and ask you. Actually.
Is it a hit or a miss?
So we have a little Slido voting going on.
Here we go.
There you go. So you can scan the QR code and then tell us your
While
opinion.
everyone's voting, like, what's your opinion on the brand itself? I know you can see that I got quite excited about it, right?
Yeah, for me, it's I have a soft spot for these very minimal techie brands. Again, it's very well executed then in terms of video and photo production that helps to make it such a great case. And also the logo thing, I think it's just very smart.
Yeah.
Smart thing to do and very ownable as well. So for me, I love it.
It's a hit. I mean, is it a little bit too little, too late? I don't know. Like, you know, there's so many new brands that are coming through as well that have already claimed the spot for Nike. And at the end of the day, they're not the ones that are going to decide. They can put the money in, they can pump it and make something cool. It's the people who will choose at the end of the day. Anyway, it seems like 13 miss. It went up here. We have 88% say hit. Oh, some movement. And 11% say a miss. So, yeah. Looks like you guys liked it as much as we did.
Have a hit here.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that was our little live impression of our...
A little waffle, as we do.
Of our brand review. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Taking the time.